Part 25. To him is returned the knowledge of the hour. No fruits go forth from their sheaths, and no female conceives or brings forth offspring, but with his knowledge. And on a day he will cry out to them, Where are my ascribed associates? They would say, We proclaim to thee that none of us was a witness to that. Gone astray from them is what they had been calling to before. They would think that there is for them no asylum. The human being grows not weary of supplicating for good, but if the worse afflicted him, then he becomes hopeless, desperate. And truly, if we cause him to experience mercy from us after some tribulation has afflicted him, he will certainly say, This is due to me. And I think not that the hour will be one that arises. But if I were returned to my Lord, truly with him will be the fare for me. Then certainly we will tell those who are ungrateful of what they have done, and we will cause them to experience a harsh punishment. And when we are gracious to the human being, he turned aside, withdrew aside. But when worse afflicted him, then he is full of supplication. Say, have you yourselves considered that even though it has been from God, after that you were ungrateful for it? Who is one who goes more astray than he who is in wide breach? We will cause them to see our signs on the horizons and within themselves, until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth. Suffices not thy Lord that truly he is witness over all things? They are in hesitancy about the meeting with their Lord. Truly, he is one who encloses everything. Chapter 42. The Consultation. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Ha, Mim, Ein, Sin, Qaf. Thus he reveals to thee and to those who were before thee, God is the Almighty, the Wise. To him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in and on the earth, and he is the lofty, the sublime. The heavens were about to split asunder from above them, and the angels glorify the praise of their Lord, and ask forgiveness for those on the earth. Truly God, he is the forgiving, the compassionate. As for those who take to themselves other than him as protectors, God is guardian over them, and thou art not a trustee over them. And thus we have revealed to thee an Arabic recitation, that thou mayest warn the mother of the towns and whoever is around it, and warn of the day of amassing. There is no doubt about it. A group of people will be in the garden, and a group of people will be in the blaze. And had God willed, he could have made them one community, except he causes to enter whom he wills into his mercy. And the ones who are unjust, there is not for them either a protector or a helper. Or they take other than him to themselves as protectors but God. He alone is the protector, and he is who gives life to the dead, and he is powerful over everything. Whatever thing about which you were at variance in it, then its determination is with God. That is God, my Lord, in whom I put my trust, and to him I am penitent, one who is originator of the heavens and the earth. He has made for you mates of yourselves, and of the flocks, mates by which means he makes you numerous in it. There is not like him anything, and he is the hearing, the seeing. To him belongs the passkeys of the heavens and the earth. He extends provision for whomever he wills, and measures it. Truly, he is the knowing of everything. He has laid down the law of the way of life for you, that with which he has charged Noah, and what we have revealed to thee, and that with which we charged Abraham and Moses and Jesus. Perform the prescribed way of life, and be not split up in it. Troublesome for the ones who are polytheists is that to which thou callest them. God elects for himself whom he wills, and guides those who are penitent to himself. And they split not up until after the knowledge drew near to them through insolence between themselves. And had it not been for a word that proceeded from thy Lord, until a term that was determined, granting them reprieve, it would have been decided between them. And truly those who were given as inheritance the book after them are in uncertainty about it, their suspicions having been aroused about it. Then for that, call to this, and go straight, as thou wert commanded, and follow not their desires, and say, I have believed in what God has sent forth from a book, and I was commanded to be just among you. God is our Lord and your Lord. For us are our actions, and for you your actions. There is no disputation between us and between you. God will gather us together, and to him is the homecoming. And those who argue with one another about God after he has been assented to, their disputations are null and void with their Lord, and on them is his anger. And for them will be a severe punishment. It is God who has sent forth the book with the truth and the balance. And what causes thee to recognize it? Perhaps the hour is near. Seeking to hasten are those who believe not in it, and those who believe are apprehensive of it, and they know that it is the truth. Those who altercate truly about the hour are certainly going far astray. God is subtle with his servants. He provides to whom he wills, and he is the strong, the Almighty. Whoever has been wanting cultivation of the world to come, we increase his cultivation for him. Whoever has been wanting cultivation of the present, we give him of it, and he has not a share in the world to come. Or have they ascribed associates who have laid down the law of the way of life for them, for which God has not given permission? Had it not been for a decisive word, it would have been decided among them, and truly the ones who are unjust, for them is a painful punishment. Thou shalt see the ones who are unjust as being ones who are apprehensive of what they have earned, and it is that which falls on them. And those who have believed, and the ones who have acted in accord with morality, are in the well-watered meadows of the gardens. For them will be whatever they will from their Lord. That it is the great grace. That is what God gives as good tidings to his servants who have believed, and the ones who have acted in accord with morality. Say, I ask you not for any compensation, but for the affection for kin, and whoever gains benevolence, we will increase for him goodness in it. Truly God is forgiving, most ready to appreciate. Or they say, he has devised against God a lie. But if God wills, he would have set a seal on thy heart, and God blots out falsehood, and verifies the truth by his words. Truly, he is knowing of what is in the breasts, and he is the one who accepts the remorse of his servants, and pardons their evil deeds. And he knows what you accomplish, and he responds to those who have believed, and the ones who have acted in accord with morality, and increases them of his grace. And as for the ones who are ungrateful, theirs will be a severe punishment. And if God extended the provision for his servants, they would be insolent in the earth. But he sends down by measure whatever he wills. Truly, he is the aware, the seeing of his servants. And he it is who sends down plenteous rainwater after they have despaired, and he unfolds his mercy, and he is the protector, the worthy of praise. And among his signs are the creation of the heavens and the earth, and whatever of moving creatures he has disseminated in them, and he has the power of amassing them when he wills. And whatever affliction lit on you is because of what your hands have earned, and he pardons much, and you are not ones who frustrate him on the earth, and there is not for you other than God, either a protector or a helper. And among his signs are the ones that run on the sea like landmarks. If he wills, he may still the wind. Then they would stay motionless on the surface. Truly, in that are signs for every enduring and grateful one. Or he may wreck them because of what they have earned, and he pardons them from much. And those who dispute our signs know that there is no asylum for them. So whatever thing you were given is the enjoyment of this present life, and what is with God is better, and is that which endures for those who have believed and put their trust in their Lord, and those who avoid the major sins and indecencies, and they forgive when they are angry, and those who respond to their Lord and perform their formal prayers, and their affairs are by counsel among themselves, and who spend of what we have provided them, and those who, when insolence lit on them, they help each other. And the recompense for an evil deed is the like of an evil deed. Then whoever pardons and makes things right, his compensation is due from God. Truly, he loves not the ones who are unjust. As for such ones who help each other after an injustice, so those there is not any way against them. The way is only against those who do wrong to humanity and are insolent in and on the earth unrightfully. Those, for them, is a painful punishment. And whoever endures patiently and forgives, truly, that is certainly a sign of constancy of affairs. And whomever God causes to go astray has no protector apart from him. And thou shalt see the ones who are unjust when they would see the punishment. They will say, is there any way to avert it? And thou wilt see them being presented to it as ones who are humbled by a sense of humility, looking on with secretive glances, and those who have believed will say, truly, the ones who are losers are those who have lost themselves and their people on the day of resurrection. Truly, the ones who are unjust will be in an abiding punishment, that there had not been for them any protector to help them other than God, and he whom God causes to go astray, there is not for him any way. Respond to the call of your Lord before a day approaches for which there is no turning back from God. There will be no shelter for you on that day, nor is there for you any refusal. But if they turned aside, we have not put thee forward as a guardian over them. Thy duty is but the delivering of the message, and truly, when we cause the human being to experience mercy from us, he is glad in it. But when evil deeds light on him because of what his hands had sent, then truly the human being is ungrateful. To God belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth. He creates what he wills. He bestows females on whom he wills, and bestows males on whom he wills, or he couples them, males and females, and he makes barren whom he wills. Truly he is knowing, powerful. And it had not been for a mortal that God should speak to him but by revelation, or from behind a partition, or that he send a messenger to reveal by his permission what he wills. Truly, he is lofty, wise. And thus we have revealed to thee the spirit of our command. Thou hast not been informed what the book is, nor what is belief, but we have made it a light by which we guide whomever we will of our servants. And truly thou guidest to a straight path, the path of God, to whom belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in and on the earth. Truly, will not all affairs come home to God? Chapter 43. The Ornaments. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Ha, Mim, by the clear book, we truly have made it an Arabic recitation, so that perhaps you would be reasonable. And truly, It is in the essence of the book from our presence, lofty, wise. Will we turn away the remembrance from you, turning away as you have been of folk, ones who are excessive? And how many a prophet have we sent among the ancient ones, and approaches them not a prophet, but that they had been ridiculing him? Then we caused to perish those who were more vigorous in courage than they, and the example of the ancient ones had passed. And certainly if you ask them, who has created the heavens and the earth, they will certainly say, the Almighty, the Knowing, created them, who has made the earth a cradle for you, and has made in it ways for you, so that perhaps you would be truly guided, and who sends down water from heaven in measure. Then we revive it with a lifeless land. Thus you are brought out. And it is he who created all the pairs, and has assigned for you the boats and the flocks on which you ride, so that you may sit upon their backs, and after that you may remember the divine blessing of your Lord when you are seated on them, and you say, Glory be to him who causes this to become subservient to us, and we have not been ones who are equal to it. And truly we certainly are to our Lord ones who are turning. Yet they have assigned with him a part of some of his servants. Truly the human being is certainly clearly ungrateful. Or has he taken to himself daughters from what he creates, and has he selected for you sons? And if good tidings were given to one of them of what he cites as an example from the merciful, his face stayed that which is clouded over, and he chokes. Is whoever is brought up with glitter and in altercation is unclear, to be associated with God? And have they made the angels, who themselves are servants of the merciful, females? Bore they witness to their creation? Their testimony will be written down, and they will be asked about it. And they would say, If willed the merciful, we would not have worshipped them. And they have no knowledge of that. They do nothing but guess. Or have we given them any book before this, so they are ones who hold fast to it? Nay, they said, We found our fathers in a community holding to a way of life, and we are truly in their footsteps. They are ones who are truly guided, and thus we sent not a warner to any town before you without ones who were given ease, saying, We found our fathers in a community. We are certainly ones who imitate their footsteps. He said, Even if I bring about better guidance for you than what you found your fathers on, they would say, Truly we, in that which you were sent, are ones who disbelieve. So we requited them. Then look on how had been the ultimate end of the ones who deny. And mention when Abraham said to his father and his folk, Truly I am released from obligation to what you worship other than him who originated me, and truly he will guide me. And he made it an enduring word among his posterity, so that perhaps they would return. Nay, I gave enjoyment to these and to their fathers, until the truth drew near to them, and a clear messenger. And when the truth drew near to them, they said, This is sorcery, and we are ones who disbelieve in it. They said, Why was this, the Quran, not sent down to some eminent man of the two towns? Would they divide the mercy of thy Lord? It is we who divided out among them their livelihood in this present life. And exalted are some of them above some others in degree, so that some may take to themselves others in their bondage, and the mercy of thy Lord is better than what they gather. And were it not that humanity would have been one community, we would have made for whoever disbelieves in the merciful roofs of silver for their houses, and stairways up which they would scale, and for their houses doors and couches on which they would recline, and ornaments. Yet all this would have been nothing but enjoyment of this present life. and the world to come with your Lord is for the ones who are God-fearing. And whoever renders himself weak-sided to the remembrance of the merciful, we allot for him a Satan, so he is a comrade for him. And truly they bar them from the way, but they assume that they are ones who are truly guided. Then, when he drew near to us, he would say, Would that there was a distance between me and between thee of 2 sunrises. How miserable is the comrade! And it will never profit you this day, as you did wrong. You will be ones who are partners in the punishment. So wilt thou cause someone unwilling to hear, or wilt thou guide the unwilling to see, or someone who has been clearly going astray? And even if we take thee away, we will truly be ones who requite them, or we will cause them to see what we promised them. Then truly we are ones who are omnipotent over them. So hold thou fast to what was revealed to thee. Truly thou art on a straight path. And truly this is certainly a remembrance for thee and thy folk, and you will be asked. And ask ones who we sent before thee of our messengers, Made we gods other than the merciful to be worshipped? And certainly we sent Moses with our signs to Pharaoh and his council. So he said, Truly I am a messenger of the Lord of the worlds. But when he drew near them with our signs, that is when they laugh at them. And we caused them not to see any sign, but it was greater than its sister's sign. And we took them with the punishment, so that perhaps they would return. And they said, O one who is a sorcerer, call for us to thy Lord by the compact he has made with thee. Truly, we will be ones who are truly guided. But when we removed the punishment from them, that is when they broke their oath. And Pharaoh proclaimed to his folk, he said, O my folk, is not the dominion of Egypt for me, and these rivers running beneath me? Will you not then perceive? Or am I better than this one who is despicable, who scarcely makes things clear? Why were bracelets of gold not cast down on him, or the angels drawn near to him, as ones who are connected with one another? Thus he irritated his folk. Then they obeyed him. Truly they had been a folk, ones who disobey. So when they provoked against us, we requited them and drowned them, one and all. And we made them a thing of the past, and a parable for later ages. And when the Son of Mary was cited as an example, that is when the folk cried aloud and said, Are our gods better, or is he? They cite him to thee not but to be argumentative. Nay, they are a contentious folk. He was but a servant to whom we were gracious, and we made him an example to the children of Israel. And if we will, we would have assigned angels among you on the earth to be your successors. And Jesus will be a sign of the knowledge of the hour. So contest not about it, and follow me. This is a straight path. And let not Satan bar you. Truly he is a clear enemy to you. And when Jesus drew near with the clear portents, he said, Truly I have drawn near to you with wisdom, and in order to make manifest to you some of that about which you were at variance in it. So be God-fearing of God, and obey me. Truly God, he is my Lord and your Lord. So worship him. This is a straight path. The confederates were at variance among themselves. So woe to those who did wrong from the punishment of a painful day. Have they looked on but for the hour that will approach them suddenly while they are not aware? Friends on that day will be enemies, some to some others, except ones who are God-fearing. O my servants, this day there will be no fear in you, nor will you feel remorse. It will be said to those who have believed in our signs and have been ones who submit, Enter the garden, you and your spouses, walking with joy. There will be passed around among them platters of gold and goblets, and in it will be whatever souls lust for, and all that in which the eyes delight, and you will be ones who dwell in it forever. This is the garden that you were given as inheritance because of what you had been doing. For you there will be much sweet fruit from which you will eat. Truly, ones who sin will be in the punishment of hell, ones who will dwell in it forever. It will not be decreased for them, and they will be ones seized with despair in it. And we did not wrong them, but they had been ones who were unjust. And they would cry out, O Malik, let thy Lord finish us. He would say, Truly you will be ones who abide. Certainly we have brought about the truth to you, except most of you are ones who dislike the truth. Or have they contrived on some affair? Then we too are ones who contrive on some affair. Assume they that we hear not their secret thoughts and their conspiring secretly? Yea, our messengers are near them, writing down. Say, if the Merciful had had a son, then I would be the first of ones who worship. Glory be to the Lord of the heavens and the earth, the Lord of the throne, from all that they allege. So let them engage in idle talk and to play until they encounter their day which they are promised. And it is he who is in the heaven, God, and on the earth, God, and he is the wise, the knowing. Blessed is he to whom belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth, and whatever is between them, and with whom is the knowledge of the hour, and to whom you will return. And those whom they call to possess no power other than him for intercession, only those who bear witness to the truth, and they know. And if you ask them who created them, they would certainly say, God. Where then are they misled? And his saying, O my Lord, truly these are a folk who believe not, so overlook them, and say, Peace, and they will know. Chapter 44, The Smoke. In the name of God, the Merciful, the Compassionate. Ha-Mim. By the clear book, truly we sent it forth on a blessed night. Truly we had been ones who warn. Every wise, clear command is in it, a command from us. Truly we had been ones who send it as a mercy from thy Lord. Truly he is the hearing, the knowing, Lord of the heavens and the earth, and whatever is between them, if you have been ones who are certain. There is no God but he. It is he who gives life and causes to die. He is your Lord and the Lord of your ancient fathers. Nay, they play in uncertainty. Then be on the watch for a day when the heavens will bring a clear smoke overcoming humanity. This is a painful punishment. Our Lord, remove the punishment from us. Truly, we are ones who believe. What will there be as a reminder for them? A clear messenger has drawn near them. Then they turned away from him, and they said, He is one who was taught by others, one who is possessed. Truly, we are ones who remove the punishment for a little. Truly, you are ones who revert to ingratitude. On the day when we will seize by force with the greatest attack, truly, we will be ones who requite. And certainly we tried a folk of Pharaoh before them, when there drew near to them a generous messenger, saying, Give back to me the servants of God, the children of Israel. Truly, I am a trustworthy messenger to you, and rise not up against God. Truly, I am one who arrives with a clear authority. Truly, I took refuge in my Lord and your Lord, so that you should not stone me. But if you believe not in me, then withdraw. So he called on his Lord. Truly, these are a folk, ones who sin. He said, Set forth with my servants by night. Truly, you will be ones who are followed, and leave the sea calmly as it is. Truly, they will be an army, one that will be drowned. How many they left behind of gardens and springs and crops and generous stations, and continued prosperity in which they had been ones who are joyful, and thus we gave it as inheritance to another folk. And neither the heavens wept for them, nor the earth, nor had they been ones who were given respite. And certainly we delivered the children of Israel from the despised punishment of Pharaoh. Truly, he had been one who exalts himself, and was of the ones who are excessive. And certainly we chose them with knowledge above the worlds, and gave them the signs in which there was a clear trial. Truly these say, there is nothing but our first singled out death, and we will not be ones who were revived. Then bring our fathers back, if you have been ones who are sincere. Are they better, or a folk of Tuba, and those before them? We caused them to perish. They truly had been ones who sin. And we created not the heavens and the earth, and whatever is between them, as ones who play. We created them not, but with the truth, except most of them know not. Truly, the day of decision is the time appointed for them, one and all, a day when a defender will not avail another defender at all, nor will they be helped, except him on whom God has mercy. Truly, he is the Almighty, the Compassionate. Truly, the tree of Zaqqum will be the food of the sinful. Like molten copper, it will bubble in the bellies, like boiling, scalding water. It will be said, take you him, and drag him violently into the depths of hellfire. After that, then unloose over his head the punishment of scalding water. Experience this. Truly thou art the mighty, the generous. Truly, this is what you have been contesting. Truly, the ones who are God-fearing will be in the station of trustworthiness among gardens and springs, wearing fine silk and brocade, ones who face one another. Thus it is so. We will give in marriage lovely-eyed houris. They will call on them for every kind of sweet fruit, ones that are safe. They will not experience death with them, but the first singled-out death, and he will protect them from the punishment of hellfire, a grace from thy Lord. That will be the winning the sublime triumph. Truly, we have made this easy in thy language, so that perhaps they would recollect. So be on the watch. Truly, they are ones who watch. Chapter 45. The ones who kneel. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Ha-Mim. The sending down the book successively is from God, the Almighty, the Wise. Truly, in the heavens and the earth are signs for the ones who believe, and in your creation and what he disseminated of moving creatures are signs for a folk who are certain, the alteration of the nighttime and the daytime, and what God has sent forth from the heaven of provision. He gives life with it to the earth after its death, and the diversifying of the winds, signs for a folk who are reasonable. These are the signs of God which we recount to you with the truth. Then, in which discourse after God and his signs will they believe? Woe to every false, sinful one! He hears the signs of God being recounted to him, yet he persists as one who grows arrogant, as if he hears them not. So give him good tidings of a painful punishment. And if he knew anything about our signs, he took them in mockery. Those, for them is a despised punishment. Behind them there is hell. What they earned will avail them not at all, nor whatever they had taken to themselves other than God as protectors. And for them will be a tremendous punishment. This is a guidance. Those who were ungrateful for the signs of their Lord, for them there is a punishment, painful, of wrath. God is he who has caused the sea to become subservient to you, that the boats may run through it by his command, and so that you be looking for his grace, and so that perhaps you would give thanks. And he has caused to become subservient for you whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in and on the earth. All is from him. Truly, in that are signs for a folk who reflect. Say to those who have believed, forgive those who hope not for the days of God, that he may give recompense to a folk according to what they had been earning. One who has acted in accord with morality, it is for himself, and whoever did evil, it is against himself. After that, to your Lord you will be returned. And certainly we gave the children of Israel the book, the critical judgment, and the prophethood, and we provided them from what is good, and we gave them advantage over the worlds, and we gave them clear portents of the command. And they were not at variance until after the knowledge drew near to them through insolence among themselves. Truly, thy Lord will decree between them on the day of resurrection about what they had been at variance in it. After that, we have assigned thee an open way of the command, so follow it, and follow not the desires of those who know not. Truly, they will never avail you against God at all. And truly, the ones who are unjust, some of them are protectors of some others, but God is protector of the ones who are God-fearing. This is a clear evidence for humanity, and a guidance and a mercy for a folk who are certain. Assume those who seek to do evil deeds, that we will make them equal with those who have believed and the ones who have acted in accord with morality. Are their living and dying equal? How evil is the judgment they give. And God created the heavens and the earth with the truth, so that every soul would be given recompense for what it has earned, and they will not be done wrong. Have you considered him who has taken to himself his own desire as his God, and whom God causes to go astray knowingly, and has set a seal on his having the ability to hear, and his heart, and laid a blindfold on his sight? Who then will guide him after God? Will you not then recollect? And they said, there is nothing but this present life of ours. We die and we live, and nothing causes us to perish but a long course of time. And there is for them not any knowledge. Truly, they are but surmising. And when are recounted to them our signs, clear portents, then disputation had not been, but that they said, bring our fathers, if you have been ones who are sincere. Say, God gives you life. After that, he causes you to die, and after that, he will gather you on the day of resurrection, in which there is no doubt, except most of humanity knows not. And to God belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth. And on a day that the hour will be secure, on that day the ones who deal in falsehood will lose. And thou shalt see each community as one that kneels. Each community will be called to its book. This day you will be given recompense for what you had been doing. This is our book that speaks for itself against you with the truth. Truly, we have registered what you had been doing. Then, as for those who have believed and the ones who have acted in accord with morality, their Lord will cause them to enter in his mercy. That will be the winning, the clear triumph. But as for those who were ungrateful, are not my signs recounted to you? Then you grew arrogant, and you have been a folk, ones that sin. And when it was said, truly the promise of God is true, and the hour, there is no doubt about it, you said, we are not informed about the hour. Truly, we think it but an opinion, and we are not ones who ascertain it. And showing themselves to them will be the evil deeds they have done. They will be surrounded by what they had been ridiculing. It would be said, this day we will forget you, as you forgot the meeting of this your day. Your place of shelter will be the fire, and there is not for you any one who helps. This is because you took to yourselves the signs of God in mockery, and this present life has deluded you. So this day they will not be brought out from there, nor will they ask to be favored. So the praise belongs to God, the Lord of the heavens and the Lord of the earth and the Lord of the worlds, and his is the dominion of the heavens and the earth, and he is the Almighty, the wise.